Okay, my name is Manfred Guthalms.
Yes, well, we're just going live, and so we'll be able to help you with this as well. Just 1 second. All right, welcome, welcome. Cornelia, if you can let everyone in to the meet. All right, welcome everybody to this historic global event. All right, I definitely not planning to get emotional this soon. We're here to celebrate Dr. Naram, legendary master healer. We have so many people that he loved, taught. We're so grateful to celebrate that his mission was that the ancient secrets go to touch every heart and every home. Now it's happening. The book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, already translated in so many languages, but today is a very special day because Dr. Naram loved Germany so much, so excited to celebrate the launch of the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, that has in it so many secrets. Even a single secret can change your life forever. So welcome, welcome. In the chat, we'd love you to post, where are you joining from on this global call? And as you're posting in the chat where you're joining from, so everyone here can see we have so many special guests I'm excited to announce. But before I announce them, we want to make sure that this call, if you speak German, that you're able to see everything in German. And the technology today allows for it. If you're in Zoom with us, it allows for that. If you're Facebook, not quite yet. But if you speak German and you want to hear everything in German, then you can log into the Zoom room. And Cornelia, wonderful Cornelia also. So what a day to celebrate for you too. Where were you born, Cornelia?
I was born in Karlsruhe in the middle of Germany.
Wow, amazing. Well, Cornelia, who met Dr. Naram and me at Jack Canfield's home of all places so many years ago. And even when she was working on her own book, she just felt something. She's like, I want to be a part of this. And has been such an amazing help since then, including we'll share some more about it in a moment. But first, Cornelia, can you take some time and in both English and in German explain how people can get the captions in their language? So, and also speak another language. You can have it in any language. All right.
My French is not good enough for that one, so let's just keep it to English, and then I'll do it in German. So when you are on a, I don't quite know how it works on a phone, but if you are on a computer, in the kind of band underneath the picture, there it is, like normally it's under the 3 dots, where you have, when you click on those 3 dots, this is what shows up. And one of them is what you see here, is captions. So when you click on that captions, the second picture comes up, and that looks like that. Oops, it doesn't come up here. So you should see now here a list of languages. First of all, here my speaking language, you have to put that one into English. And then my caption language is whatever language you are speaking. Would it be French, German, Italian? You can choose that. And then you will see actually on your screen, everything that is spoken in English will actually show up in your language. So it's really easy if you want to do that. And so now I'm going back and so say everything again in German. So für alle, die Deutsch sprechen, ich habe jetzt gerade erklärt, wie man alles, was in Englisch gesprochen wird, dann auch auf Deutsch sehen kann. Und man macht das, indem man auf die 3 Punkte normalerweise unter dem Bildschirm, wo das, wo der Screen ist, und da unten drunter sind normalerweise das Mikrofon und das Video und alles. Und da gibt es normalerweise 3 Punkte. Und wenn man darauf geht, dann gibt es im Englischen ist es Captions. Wahrscheinlich ist es wie Bildunterschrift im Deutschen. Und dann, wenn man darauf klickt, kommt diese Liste hier von Sprachen. Und die erste Einstellung, die man hier nehmen muss, ist, dass die gesprochene Sprache Englisch ist. Und dann die übersetzte Sprache ist dann, was immer es ist, also in eurem Fall dann natürlich Deutsch, aber eben jede Sprache, die hier aufgelistet ist, kann übersetzt werden. Und das ist, wie ihr dann eben diesem, allem, was gesprochen wird, folgen könnt. So. That's it. Handing it back to you. I hope everyone got it.
All right. Beautiful. So if anyone is coming into the Zoom room a little bit later, Cornel, maybe there's some way to put a written description in the chat for them. I just want to welcome so many people joining from around the world. I'm just reading in the chat and just love. Oh, cool. Chris, thank you so much. Chris, so helpful posting the screenshot. Yeah, so that way people can get it. I also tried to change the caption on my screen so those watching on Facebook can automatically get German. I hope that works. Munira, so grateful to join. Have you join here? Leonora from Massachusetts, also a native German speaker. So happy. Diane, Marie, and Joan. Joan from Fallen, Nevada. Ilka from Hamburg. Welcome, welcome. Elmau, blessings from Senegal. Wow, you're in Senegal right now. So beautiful. Sarabjit from California. Alicia from London. Christian from Switzerland. Thank you for joining us today. Beautiful. Dr. Stephen Wexler from United States. We got Jane from Cleveland. Deborah Ann from Michigan. Vinod from joining from India. And also someone, I can't read your name, but from Bavaria. Katie from California. Miriam from Deutschland. I should make sure I speak that properly. Beautiful. Well, there's so many people joining. As you join, just go ahead and put in the chat where you're joining from. Today is a very, very special day. We have so many special guests with us. Actually, I want to start real quick to see if Charles, I don't think he's here yet, or Dr. Hartmut. All right, we have some special guests joining us. Cornelia, just keep your eyes open as people continue to come in. Hopefully Dr. Garner, maybe Brita will join us as well. But I just want to acknowledge some of the people that are here, share with a short story, and then go into a powerful sharing. And Eleanor, since I heard you first, any way you can turn your video on? I just want to see if your video is able to come on. As your video is coming. There we are. Fantastic. Eleanor, joining from.
Yes.
So much love to you, to Peter, to Michael, and I know you're hosting Dr. Smita at a clinic. Is it tomorrow or the next day that you're hosting?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Wow, fantastic.
Yes.
How perfect that, and we're going to come to you in a moment to share more, Eleanor, but how perfect that this book launch is happening while Dr. Smita is in Germany. Yay! I look at that beautiful screen. Oh my goodness, I get chills. Look at it, so much powerful, beautiful, intelligent, heart-guided women in one screen. I just want to stay. We could just stay all hour on this screen and just feed our Shakti for a long time. I literally feel my whole body lit up right now. Chills through my whole body. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Wow. So beautiful. So welcome. I just want each of you just to share just real quick your name, and just we'll have you share stories in a moment, but just want to presence the gratitude of you being in Berlin right now. So just give you a chance to share for a little bit. Dr. Smita, what's it like to be in Germany right now? What has your tour been like there?
Tour is super busy and very interesting. As after Corona, everything is changing, and completely different kind of emotional, physical, and spiritual challenges that people are facing. And I feel very grateful that, I am able to do this work, and of course, I'm very grateful to Pankaj and our masters, because of whom I am here today. And very happy that Suyogi and the whole team is completely supporting, and so that I can come here. So that's my extremely grateful.
Well, I love it that you mentioned that, mentioned Dr. Ram. I was going to start with this picture. I love this moment, and we're going to have you, Suyogi, and Pooja and Moksha share in a moment, but I love this moment. One time when Dr. Ram and I were in Nepal, and he was with a bunch of the beautiful orphan kids there in Nepal, and it's a special moment because in Berlin is where Dr. Ram and I facilitated the university course through a university in Berlin. Hopefully Chalf will come, in which on one of the days we had challenge activities in which we're raising money And it was beautiful, the magical moment when Dubravka told us that her sons had committed actually 100% of their money. And not only 100% of their money, but all their dinosaur collection to go to these orphan kids. And he made the point that the power, his master taught him, power comes in our lives when we give 100%. And so in honor of Dr. Naram and also these beautiful boys, I thought, wow, what a great way to start by honoring how he gave 100% in everything he did, you know, and how we have now an opportunity to carry on that. Also because we're broadcasting in the Suyogi's home where Puja and Moksha are there. So fun that for this book launch, the book launch of the book in German, to honor Swamiji and Dr. Naram and their love and connection with each other. And so it's so fun to announce that not only is the proceeds from the book launch going to to Ancient Secrets Foundation for the beautiful orphan kids that Dr. Naram loved and supported, but also a certain percent, a good percent, is also going to benefit. And so can you talk about this a little bit? 250
Yeah, there are 250 Sattvis are women. Actually, in English, they would be called nuns and monks, and they need a new home. In India, it's called an ashram, and it is a big thing because especially our women, they are living right now, the nuns, they're living right now in very difficult circumstances, and they need a new ashram. And I think it would be great if we can support this beautiful project that over 150 women, especially, this is in my heart, that they're finding a spiritual home also where they can live. So this is very, very important for all of us here.
Oh, that even got even better. I didn't know that they were women saints. But, you know, talking about even how the ancient secrets work, Dr. Ram talked about, you know, Shakti, the divine,
exactly.
feminine creative force is one of the most powerful forces on the planet. And he says that women naturally are gifted with it, but men, he says, women are genius, men are idiots. He said men can get the Shakti power when they honor women. So thank you, Suyogi, for bringing that. It's so fun. Also because Swamiji is one of the very first people in every language of the book that was talked about, including the principle of Atmiyata. And so treasuring that those secrets are not only passed through the book, but also it's benefiting those saints is so beautiful. So thank you.
And Swamiji, just to know, because it was actually a historical moment, because Swamiji was the first one who actually allowed women to also go on the female path of spirituality. And so they are very powerful women. They are doing an incredible community work. They helped already thousands and thousands of people and families, and they did so much. And now we can give something back to them. So it's an incredible honor also to help them and to support them.
Yes.
That's so beautiful. This was a moment when Krishna and I went to visit with Swamiji when he with so many other saints and sages blessed the book and all who read it. But what I think is the real blessing, like you're saying, is when you take action and when you contribute. And, you know, if people want to give more in addition to purchasing the book, can you put a link where maybe there's some other way that people can support these wonderful
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
All right, beautiful. And Puja and Moksha, I want to hear your beautiful voices. We'll share more in a moment, but I just want to anchor in this.
Hello, welcome. Hi. We are so happy to be here, and we just had 2 amazing, mind-blowing clinic days and saw the ancient secrets in action and so many beautiful healing stories. It was really beautiful how much love was spread and people were so happy.
Now, I want to hear some of those stories. Is there a way, if people are in Germany right now and they still want to see you, Dr. Smita, maybe Eleanor has a link, or is it totally full this time?
I think they can call Eleanor's place and book it, I think. I don't know if it is fully booked, but maybe few slots are there.
All right, we'll bring Eleanor on just for a moment. Eleanor, Is there any way that people can still book a consultation to see Dr. Smita?
I think in the afternoon there is a slot between I think 3 and 4 around this time. I heard from Michael.
Okay, beautiful. And if you can put any contact information in the chat, that would be so helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
And Moksha, dear Moksha, so good to see you.
So good to see all of you. Yeah, we have a beautiful time here because, you know, Smita is spreading the energy of the lineage here and giving us this wonderful energy. And we're so blessed to experience this and to have the honor to be in this beautiful power of the lineage and to feel it and to learn from it. And now even with the book spreading it more, it makes us very happy.
Oh. You know, I just, as you're speaking, I'm just anchoring in and remembering the moment when we first met. We're sitting in the clinic in Berlin, and at the time you were going through some process, but neither of us had any idea that we'd be so involved with this lineage or carrying on the ancient secrets. And so exciting to see you have your own clinic and hear so many of the powerful stories of people whose lives you've changed just through having the courage to learn this ancient science. And so it's really fun that soon we'll be announcing also the next, if anyone's interested in becoming a practitioner, we'll have another opportunity for a 3-year practitioner training open up. If you're interested in that, we have an application you can fill out, but we'll talk more about that later. Thank you, Moksha and Pooja and Suyogi and Dr. Smita. We'll be coming back to you soon. But we're going to go real quick to someone who's going to go to sleep first. So I just want to thank you for being here. And now let's go real quick. I just want to acknowledge some other people on the call. We have with us the translator of the book, Rolf Meyer, who we're going to have speak in a little bit about the mystical way in which this even came into being. And so I just want to share your video right now and video feed, but we'll have you share in just a little bit. And then there were so many other miracles along the line about how Cornelia and even Carol Ray needed some additional help in the mystical miracle way in which Dr. Naram is still guiding us, even from beyond the body, even though he's not in a body in some ways, guiding the whole ancient secrets in a beautiful way. So we're going to come to you in a moment. One of the most beautiful gifts Dr. Naram and Dr. Smita gave us, though, is actually not even in the form of a book, but we're grateful this beautiful gift is in the form of a person. And I don't know if you can turn on your video right now, but I'll share this. Actually, speaking about Germany, this is a picture that I found from one of our last visits to Germany, where I think it was Dr. Naram's birthday party. I'm pretty sure that's what this was, where Krishna was presenting some talent, and just look at the joy on Dr. Naram's face as he's hearing his son entertain, inspire, and delight us all, and capture, since he was a little boy sitting on his father's lap and his mother's lap, learning pulse, learning the ancient art and science of Siddha Veda, and not only that, but just becoming an amazing person who all of us love, who is a special celebration. Krishna, is it okay if we tell on this call? First of all, yay, Krishna! So good to see you here. Is it okay if I tell people the reason, another reason we're celebrating today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Krishna, with the encouragement and love of his mother, inspiration of his father, studied for the last, was it 3.5, 4 years? Something like this, long time.
5 years, about 5 years.
5 years studied, so he can officially be a qualified practitioner in India in medical science, Ayurveda, and the science of life. And just, was it last weekend the exams were completed?
This Monday.
Just Monday.
Yeah, everything got done.
Just Monday completed. So officially we can be able to call not just Krishna from our hearts, but also Dr. Krishna from our hearts. So let's put our hands together like this and put so much love. It's a big celebration. Krishna, I love you and we're with you. I love you and I'm with you.
Thank you.
Now, Krishna, we have many other people who are going to share stories, and I believe on today's call, even from people just joining, we also have some special gifts. We have some never before released video of Dr. Naram from Germany, where he shares some secrets that I think are life-changing. You've been with Dr. Naram in Germany so many times, and also seen so many of the things that look like miracles around the world. Now, as you're at this stage of your life, just graduating, just getting ready to launch in a beautiful way. And this is another thing, Krishna, actually, this is another reason why I love so much. After his exams, he decided to go to silence, which I know your dad would be so happy about, that the first thing he does is go to the silence, stillness, and solitude. Came out of the silence for this call. That's how important it is. But anything at this stage of life, when you're reflecting back on your time with Dr. Naram, specifically in Germany, any secrets or nuggets or inspiration that you can share with us? Oh, I think maybe your screen is frozen. Okay. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have talked about how Krishna was in silence. Okay. So Cornelia, as soon as Krishna comes back on, as soon as we get him back on, will you be able to click him in? Okay. Yeah. While Krishna is coming back to join us, I want to acknowledge some of the other people who have helped in the whole movement of ancient secrets in Germany. In fact, Dr. Smita, I don't know if you can help me actually remember all the different people, but there's so many that have supported Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita from the beginning. One is Dr. Gardner. And Dr. Gardner, I don't think he's on this call, but I just want to acknowledge him, who created a Panchakarma unit in Germany that helped so many people for some time. Brita Gujans was a big, Dr. Naram considered her a sister, loved her in so many ways. And then also Eleanor, of course, hosting the clinics in Munich still. Dr. Dagmar, who is just an amazing person that will host the clinics in Frankfurt area. And all of his patients and friends and students who are there, including Chalf, who is the one who hosted the original Berlin University course, along with Dr. Hartmut Schroeder. Both of their quotes are at the very beginning of this book, and I just wanted to make sure I acknowledge them as well. And anyone else that you, Suyogi and Smita, that you feel like we should just acknowledge their names in the beginning of this call, that we make sure that we speak about them? Oh, just one second. You're
now
muted.
not with us.
Oh, go ahead. Say one more time.
Yeah, Alexander Linder, who is at the moment not with us right now, but I am in touch with him all the time. He's the one, actually, the first person who invited me and Dr. Naram to Augsburg and Munich. And so our work started because of him, and we need to thank him as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so important to acknowledge the source of what brought Dr. Naram to Germany. And
Yeah.
so beautiful. Also, I see Ursula, who's on this call. She was one of the first people who actually offered to translate the book into German, and it was already in process. But Ursula, I'm so glad that you're here as well. And Pat and so many, Dr. Suyogi and Manibai. Actually, I definitely want to acknowledge Manibai. I don't know if Mani, are you able to come on camera? Maybe not at this moment, but it was like having a dynamic Shiva Shakti duo of not only spiritual.
Oh, Clint is frozen.
Okay, he's frozen.
Yeah, he is frozen, and I just got a message from Krushna that he cannot reconnect to Zoom at the moment.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, so WhatsApp is working, but very slowly. So he's trying, but at the moment he is not able to connect.
Thank you.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, that is sad. So hopefully we will get him back. And so where was Clint stopping the beginning of the translation? So maybe from there we go actually over to, before we go back to the beautiful women here in the picture, over to the person who actually did do those translation then. So Rolf, why are you not going on next?
Muted?
All right.
Share your story. How did it come about that you played it?
As Clint shared and as beloved Dr. Krushna shared, the state of silence, that's actually my favorite state. But as I'm asked to share some stuff, here we go. And
just so you know, Cornelia, I'm back as well. If you could make a co-host at least, would be great.
And Krishna seems to be back as well. I just saw him back in.
Talk about Aditya Babala. All the power went out in our neighborhood. It's like, you guys are frying the entire circuits with your spiritual power today. Okay.
So Ralph, if you don't mind, if we wait a little second and have Krishna first, so he can go.
And Cornelia, can you make me co-host first of all?
Yep. If I can.
Okay, good.
Again.
Thank you for pivoting there. And Ralph, we're so excited to have you share soon. All right. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So let's see. Krishna, are you able to share now? Let's see if you can. There we go. All right, Krishna, please share whatever's on your heart.
Okay. This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, I love this. I love today. And I love this moment with each and every one of you. Thank you. I love you, everybody who's joined from all different parts of the world in this call. It's so beautiful and joyful to see you today. It's just amazing. So give me a moment, about 15 seconds, so I can slide through the windows in Zoom. And I just want to see each and every one of you. So if you haven't started your camera, you can just for a moment so I can see you. I'd be super happy. I'm feeling already so happy. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Mary. Wonderful. Beverly, Naseeb, Chris. Nusha. Mujde. Vinod, Rebecca, Aarti, Debra, Namrata, Catherine, and Anna. Guten Tag, Anna. Raven, Jacob, Chantal. Oh, wonderful. Renara, Andrea, Anil, Joe, Rolf, Luke, Ilke. I've met so many of you, and still it's equally joyful to meet you again today. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Thank you. This is really a powerful day. And today marks one of the days of a big festival, a celebration of Shakti, of mothers, of women, of the divine Shakti. And as a result, it's just what timing that the book launch happens now. There is Mummy, Suyogi Ben, Moksha. I'm just so happy right now. Oh my God, I can't believe. Wow. And Puja, I'm so happy. So today is a big day, huh? Because it's a day of Shakti. Papa always said that, Krishna, if you want to be successful, believe it. Men are idiot and women are genius. And to this day, at least I believe that I may be an idiot and all these women around me are geniuses. So anytime I'm stuck, even after a degree as a doctor, I'm stuck, I go to my mom. Mommy, help me. How do I help this patient? And then she says, Krishna, you really are an idiot. You've helped this patient so many times before.
Krishna, you're muted right now. Can you unmute yourself again? I don't know how that happened, but just if you could unmute yourself, it'd be great. There we go.
And however, today is a big day because it's about this beautiful book Dr. Clint worked on, spending 10 years of his life. That's about half of my lifetime that I know him now, and maybe more than half. And I have seen some beautiful experiences I had with him. I never knew that at the age of 10, I thought, who could I meet who's more exciting than all the people I've already met? And I did meet some pretty amazing people. Many of them are on this call. In fact, most of them are in one frame itself. That's Suyogi Ben, Mummy, Pooja, and Moksha. And who could I meet who would make me feel very happy and very joyful, like they make me feel. I never thought I would meet. And all of a sudden, one tall person who is really not at all like who you know, Dr. Clint now. This tall man, and he gets me a board game from Africa. All we find out 2 years later is that the rules were something he even made up. They weren't even the real rules. But it was so fun playing. And who knew that in these 10 years that I was learning from Papa, even he was observing and taking notes and compiling these stories in a book, which he saw. Now, the big thing is that it's so much about timing. The medical degree is over now. And I really believe that now is the real time that learning begins. Once your education is over, then you can learn something deeper. So I was just taking some notes. This part is empty, so it's not very impressive when I say taking notes, but some more notes. And yesterday in silence, it had been about 7.5 hours. I was reading this ancient text. It's one of the basic texts in our lineage, which Papa had left with me. And I realized the text says something that's so amazing. And one principle, which I think if you read the book in German, you'd end up living it. And if you want to connect with Mummy, me, Papa, then I think this book, not just me, I mean Papa and Mummy, and with this lineage, I think this book will embody something so powerful from this ancient text, which I had been reading yesterday, that even without you knowing it, you'd start feeling like, oh my God, there is this something swimming inside my blood, which is ancient and powerful. Now, I don't want to tell you what it is. I'll give you a hint. The moment you feel it, you'll have vibrations going as if you have connected to something beyond you. And you'd have a deep urge to help the world and help yourself. Now, I won't tell you what it is. You have to guess. Because once you end up reading this, you'll feel it. Oh my God, this is amazing. And I think all the patients who meet Mom, who've met Papa, experience this day in and day out in their lifetime. So here I believe is an opportunity for all of us to come together. And when I say 1, 2, and 3, just go ahead, unmute yourself. And in the loudest expression, let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. I love you. And I'm
Love you.
I
love you.
love you.
Love you, and I miss you.
Congratulations,
And I miss
Dr.
you.
Krishna.
I love you.
Love you, and I
Many
miss
love
you.
you, and I miss you.
Love you. Beautiful. Amazing. Now, it's irrelevant to who you said it to. You said it and have an intention, it just reaches to the person it's supposed to. Like these ancient secrets, like Papa and Mummy's work, and even this book. So let's just make an intention that these ancient secrets reach who they're supposed to. And having said this, I really love you and I'm with you. I'm going to go to bed now and get back in my silence. and get back to reading the text I was reading. Because I really want to make a difference on this planet, help people. I love you.
Beautiful. I want to share just real quick, one of the first times I met Dr. Krishna was in India. And then one of the very next times I met him was in Germany. And I don't know if you remember when we were there for the clinic, and then for whatever reason, Dr. Naram couldn't fly home at the same time. So me and Krishna were on the same flight together, the Lufthansa flight. And do you remember, Krishna, the game we played?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So maybe it was like 11 or 12, but Dr. Ram would always give us challenge activities. And he said the two greatest obstacles anyone has to seeing themselves and others is fear and ego. And so with Shakti Parchala, this beautiful group that Dr. Ram created for not only Krishna, but also his nieces and nephews and other beautiful children, is how to face fear and ego and how to become a creator on this planet instead of just a consumer. And so we played a game on that plane ride. We got these, I wish Lufthansa still had them, but they were like these delicious almonds, little packets of almonds. And they normally give you one so sparingly or two. And how many, Krishna, do you remember what was our goal? It was like maybe like 12 or 16, I can't remember, something.
So I think we thought between us, let's say 6, because 3 per person is a lot. And we hit 3 in the first 20% of the flight. So we said, no, this is too easy. Let's go for 9. Let's go for 12. And we got something like 24 or 29, 25. 25.
We got so many almond packets. We were set for a while. Because of that, because you bring in that beautiful energy, this is the first language. So not only the book is launched, but also this is the first time that the German kids book, Ancient Secrets for Kids, is launched at the same time. And so it is so fun. Let me see if I can show the screen, and we'll put in links on where everything is accessible. But let's see. Oh, yeah, here it is. So it's the first time that at the same time as the book being launched is also the book for kids, Ancient Secrets for Kids, coloring and activity book, which takes the Ancient Secrets principles and puts them into a format in which every kid can enjoy. Here's where you can get the book both on Amazon.de as well as Amazon.com, and then the kids book. Now there's another special announcement that I'll make that is a gift actually for everyone who joins this call. The other thing that's unique, and we'll have Cornelia talk about it in a little bit, about this German book is when the original English book was published, it didn't have an index in it. And I don't know, most of you may have heard the story of Andrea also feeling the prompting like Rolf, that Dr. Ram told her, you need to do the index. She's like, there must be a publisher, someone must be doing it. But Dr. Ram says, no, you do it. And so she put so much love and so much heart in creating an index so that now the English books have an index at the back where you can search by words and terms to find them. The German book is the first book, thanks to Cornelia, where already from the very beginning of the publication, it has within it an index of terms. So if you have a situation with headache, you can go to that home remedy. If you have something about, okay, hormones, you can find whatever are the things for that. Or if you want to know, okay, I want to know more about Jivaka or whatever it is, you want to know more about Swamiji or Atmiyata, you can find out all the places in which those things are. So big thank you, Cornelia, again, for helping us that this book launch is not just one thing, but many. Now, because not everyone speaks German, we have another special gift, which is that for anyone who got the English book, we want to make sure that you have a copy of the index. And so I'm going to post right now the way in which just from joining this call, you can get the index as a free gift, where you can just download it and make sure that you have it. And so I'll be posting that in the chat. Thank you, Cornelia, for so much love and hard work on making that possible. All right, now let's go, because we had kind of cut off Rolf. And first of all, I want to acknowledge some other people. Anne, who is a big part of Dr. Naram. Whenever we go to Germany, Anne would be there. She's joining us right now from Egypt. And so I just want to say, Anne, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Egypt.
Hi, happy to be here.
What brings you to Egypt?
I don't know. My heart called me to see the pyramids, feel the land. Yeah, that's it. I followed my heart. So what I always do.
Well, so beautiful that while you're in Egypt and while you're with the pyramid energy, we're bringing a little bit of Germany to you. So we have on this call
you.
also that beautiful energy. Thank you so
Thank
much for joining, Anne. If we have time at the end, I'd love for you to share a story as well. All right. And then I think Ursula was able to turn on her video. I just wanted to say, welcome, Ursula. So beautiful to have you on this call. Thank you for always being such a force of love. Dr. Naram would always be able to count on you to bring German bread, whether his birthday or not. So thank you so much for being on the call, Ursula. All right, now because you had started Rolf speaking, Rolf, I want to go to you first of all to share your story. Why did you translate this book? Why? How come? What was the inspiration behind that?
First of all, I want to say I can understand Dr. Krushna like so much, entering the state of silence, because that's also my favorite state at the same time, especially when connecting with you, infinitely beloved Clint. Like, you understand, like, words have so much power, like so much power. It's like listening to every single word you say is your magic all day long. It's like sitting in a musical when the actors are like performing the most beautiful song, and I witnessed this, like sitting there and you're just like, please don't stop. Please just keep going on and don't stop. But since this is the book launch for the German translation, I would switch to Germany, to German language right now, in order to honor the translation for the German launch. So as dear Cornelia introduced, like everybody has this translator set up. Ja, witzigerweise habe ich gestern als allererstes morgens ein Video von Greg Braden, ich liebe ihn total, hat mir wahnsinnig geholfen auf meinem Weg. Und das erste, was meine Aufmerksamkeit mega auf sich gezogen hat, war, als er gesagt hat, was das für ein unglaublicher Segen für ihn war auf seiner Reise, dass er die Chance hatte, diese uralten mystischen Orte, Tempel zu besuchen, die Chance hatte, mit den uralten Völkern dort zu reden, das Wissen von denen, was seit Jahrtausenden von Generation zu Generation weitergegeben wird, aufzusaugen und zu gucken, so hey, was ist es, was die damals wussten, gemacht haben, was wir heutzutage vergessen haben anzuwenden. Und das hat mich so berührt, weil es einfach so übertragbar ist auf so viele, auf mich, auf den unendlich lieben Dr. Clint, mit seinem Weg, wo er bereit war, alles, was er bisher wusste, ganz wundervolles Foto damals aus Berlin, wo er bereit war, alles, was er bisher glaubte, wahr zu sein, in Frage zu stellen. Mit der westlichen Schulmedizin, das ist das einzig Wahre, nur so kann es funktionieren. Und als er bereit war, über diese Grenze hinauszugehen, neues Territorium zu betreten und zu sehen, so hey, da sind Dinge, die funktionieren, das kann eigentlich gar nicht sein. Wie will jemand über Pulse Reading in 2 Minuten eine treffsichere Diagnose stellen, wo westliche Ärzte Wochen brauchen, die teuersten medizinischen Geräte, Laborergebnisse und selbst dann nur ein Bruchteil des gesamten Puzzles des Patienten sehen können. Und festzustellen, hey, das ist wirklich so und das funktioniert. Und das ist so ein unendlich wichtiger Schritt in der Entwicklung. Und deswegen bin ich so unendlich dankbar, Teil von all dieser wundervollen Magie hier sein zu dürfen. dass Clint auf mich zukam, mich gebeten hat, das zu machen. Und meinen bescheidenen Beitrag zu dieser unendlich weltweiten, wundervollen Magie beigetragen haben zu dürfen, die ab jetzt in Buchform für die Ewigkeit weiter existiert. Ein so fantastisches Medium. Also unendlich lieben Dank, Clint. Du hast so Fantastisches geleistet und tust es jeden einzelnen Tag. Es ist absolut unglaublich. Du bist so eine wundervolle, spielerische Inspiration für alle. Das ist, du bist so ein Wahnsinnssegen. Danke, dass es dich gibt und für all das, was du machst. Und all diese Ereignisse, die passiert sind, weil du bereit warst, Grenzen zu überschreiten. Was dann passiert ist mit Naram, hätte sich niemand, auch du, sich im Traum nicht ausmalen können, welchen Weg du gehen wirst. Und das ist ein wundervolles Beispiel, was halt passiert, wenn man bereit ist, Grenzen zu überschreiten. Und ich möchte aber tatsächlich den wahren Helden danken, nämlich denen, die das ganze wundervolle Erbe, was ja auch Dr. Naram in die Riesenfußstapfen, in die er reingetreten ist, angenommen hat. Die ganzen Helden, die dieses Erben mit Leben füllen, jeden einzelnen Tag und so wahnsinnig vielen Leuten auf der gesamten Welt helfen, mit dem, was sie tun. Gänsehaut all over the place, Goosebumps all over the place, mit Dr. Suyogi, Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita Naram, Dr. Krushna, mit jedem einzelnen Practitioner auf der gesamten Welt, der dieses fantastische Erbe jeden einzelnen Tag mit Leben erfüllt. Und ich würde gerne was Verrücktes machen an dieser Stelle, dass einfach alle mal einen kurzen Moment innehalten und einfach ihr Herz voller Liebe über Clint, über Suyogi, über all die fantastischen Practitioner, über Dr. Smita, über Dr. Krushna, über unseren unendlich geliebten Dr. Naram, einfach ihr Herz voller Liebe und Dankbarkeit ausschütten.
Oh. Thank you so much, dear Rolf. Thank you so much for sharing from your heart. Rolf, I just feel like because you bring in this energy, it's appropriate if you read the quote at the beginning of the book in German. Can you read this in German? I don't know if it's visible or easy for you to read, but
Ich bin nicht gekommen, um dich zu belehren. Ich bin gekommen, um dich zu lieben. Die Liebe wird dich lehren.
Yeah, I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. And you know, when Dr. Ram left his body, it was a shock, and a lot of us were in a process for sure, and just doing our best. And you having the insight to go into silence, stillness, and to hear the voice beyond, and knowing this was a part of your path, a part of your mission on bringing healing on the planet, inspired me and actually brought me so much hope. So I just want to say thank you, Rolf. I love you and I'm with you. Let's put our hands together. There's so much blessing to Rolf, your family, and all of the projects and all of the ways in which love guides you. We love you and we're with you. Thank you.
You are really doing all this amazing work. Every practitioner fulfilling this with life every day. You are the true heroes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rolf. So now I hope you can stay on the call for a little bit longer. We'll have you come on a little bit later, but I know that some people have to leave soon, and I know Pooja may be one of those. And so I want to make sure we go to spotlight this wonderful group as well. and then we'll give each of you, all four of you, a chance to share any stories, any insight, any ways in which you think people on this call, some secret Dr. Naram taught you that you feel like can change their life. So Pooja, we'll have you go first just to make sure, and then everyone else.
I feel now this is really not appropriate sitting here with my beloved teachers, and I should start, but sorry, I have patience after. So when we were now in the clinic, for the last days. And I felt this atmosphere, just as you now said, Dr. Naram always said, I'm not here to teach you, I'm here to bring love. And this love we experience also in the last days. And you know, there were a couple of patients, there were at least 10 patients who came out and who really had such a totally new hope for their life. And this we always saw also when Dr. Naram was here. You know, this is a magic which comes in the air, and this is a healing power which comes in each and every one. And what is so special, I think there are many healers on this earth, but there's no one who can bring it in such precise principles and in understanding. And we all have experience and got into this bliss that we could learn from them. We have here this big teachers, amazing teachers, and that we are able to grasp it and to bring it in our lives and to create healing and love in our life. I think we all have so many stories about this, and this is such a big day to celebrate, and that we can be here with all of you. And thank you that this is possible.
Wonderful.
So beautifully said, Pooja. Your heart shines, and lots of love to your daughter, who also was a big part of every visit that we had in Germany. And so just sending you so much love as you go. Dr. Naram, he always says, the show must go on, and how perfect that you're leaving to go see more patients. That's a good way to honor and honor Dr. Naram. So thank you so much. So I don't know if you have to leave now, but I can't wait to see you again. If anyone wants to know how to cook tasty, delicious, Ayurvedic, Siddha Vedic food according to the principles, please contact Pooja, and she can give you some of the most delicious recipes. Dr. Ram says you want to eat not only the food, but eat the spoon and start eating your hand. So thank you, Pooja, for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now I don't know which would feel better to you, Dr. Smita. Do you want to go next, or do you want to have the other two share before you? What do you prefer?
Maybe other two share before me.
Okay,
Okay,
beautiful.
so I will start. You know, we are sitting here on the same table where Dr. Naram used to sit for 20 years. And every evening after clinic, we all were coming together, and we were enjoying the magic moments, actually what we experience. And it is such a fulfilling thing when you can help and contribute, and when you can give something to the people, and their smiles and their hope in their face is such an amazing moment, which fills your heart with love and joy, and with so much gratitude what is happening. And I think, you know, as Clint was saying already, when Dr. Naram left, it was for everyone who was closely connected, it was really a big shock. And I was always thinking, but Smita is here and Krishna is here. And this is a living lineage. And of course, Dr. Naram was extraordinary, his talents, his magic, everything about it. And I think that's why it is so great that we have also this book, that people can be inspired about it. But we now, I think soon, Krishna will be the head of the lineage again, because it's a living lineage. It has to continue. And as he said, he has learned, and I have learned also, we all have learned so much from Smita. And I mean, this is really an amazing thing, because to be part of Siddha Veda lineage and to spread Ayurveda actually, it was not only the vision of Dr. Naram, it was also the vision of Dr. Smita Naram, to spread Ayurveda in each and every home. And what we can see today is that people are coming from all over the world. It is expanding in such a beautiful way, and people have so much benefits from this. And I think our gratitude today should really also go back to not only to Dr. Naram, but to Dr. Smita and Dr. Krishna Naram, because they are the ones from whom we can learn every day. And to be with her, for example, now for 2 days in the clinic, and we had many complicated cases. And I mean, to sit in front of someone, to understand in a short period of time what is going on their emotions, in their mind, in their physical body, and to really understand. And we had many people when we were taking the pulse, when Dr. Smita took the pulse, they were saying, wow, it's so amazing what you can see in just a short time. And actually there were, some of them were totally speechless. They couldn't say, and you could really feel they were totally, well, what's happening here? I mean, this is like really, but they have done an incredible hard work behind it. And that they have done this contribution to teach us all, to allow us all to be part of that beautiful mission, vision, and of the lineage. It's something we should never forget, and we should be always grateful for. And I'm super happy that Smita is coming next year. I'm sure Krishna is also going to come. And, you know, he is a mixture of both of them. He has half of Dr. Naram and half of Dr. Smita. And if you combine this and look at Krishna, his spirit, his energy, and he is so young and so dynamic, I'm sure he will bring most amazing things to the world, and we all will learn from them, and we can be part of this. And for this, I want to thank Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita, and Krishna from my heart.
Oh.
So beautiful, Suyogi. Thank you so much. I would say often at the time of his passing, Dr. Ram didn't pass on, but he passed on so many ancient secrets. And, you know, as you're speaking, and as I was looking at some of the pictures, not only to beautiful Smita and Krishna, but to so many of his students that he loved, to also the people at the German university course, Shital and Dr. Sajik, and also Dr. Warren, who's on this call with us, Dr. Jonas, who was one of the first people that I met in Berlin, and anyone else that I may have forgotten. So many people from Germany that he loved and poured the ancient secrets into. And so thank you, Suyogi, for being one of them, for really capturing this feeling of letting love guide you. And then even to have this beautiful book come out of you called The Heart Journal, and that Dr. Naram blessed. And so I just want to make sure everyone has a link to this book, The Heart Journal, which is a beautiful way in which Dr. Naram didn't pass on, but he passed on the ancient secrets to you. And so we'll make sure we have the link in this, both the Facebook Live and on the Zoom call. It's such a powerful book for those who have read it. Their lives have changed as well. And so Suyogi, thank you for embodying so many of this, not only the ancient secrets, but also the love behind it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, let's go to Moksha. Please share any inspiration, any wisdom.
She has to go first. I can't do that out of respect. Please go.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, I am super, super excited to see everybody again. Everybody from the Path group, from so many people I know for so long. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Wow. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, you know, I'm happy that German book is coming out, because Germany was the second country that me and Pankaj started working after Italy. So we are kind of a bit slow in German, I would say, because translation have already happened in many, many languages. But this book in German is something that is joy in my heart, because the book itself, written by Dr. Clint, is amazing. I have read it several times, but whoever has read, I've given it to Indian celebrities, movie stars who hardly have any time to read anything, right? And they read it in one go. They said the book was so impressive, so touching our heart, that we just read it in one go. So Dr. Clint, you have done a great work. You are spreading this Siddhaveda lineage through this fantastic effort that you have done in last 10 years. I'm so proud of you. I want to tell you that you are you've created a joy in our heart by doing this, you know. And Dr. Naram, of course, my husband, but also my teacher. And he, I had a great privilege to meet our main master, Babaji, Baba Ramdas, several times, you know. And Dr. Clint has, I think, pictures of 3 of us as well, me and our guru and Dr. Naram. But I was so busy learning many things in my life. So I didn't really go there constantly like Dr. Naram, but I studied with him in the clinic all the time. And in the beginning, the pulse reading was very tough because he said that you just observe, like his teachers told him, observe, observe, observe. So every time somebody comes in the clinic, and Pankaj will say, you have 3 blocks in the heart. So I would say, how did you know? Okay, go and look at the pulse, observe. Then somebody, once he told somebody, your one leg is shorter than the other one. And it was. So I said, how did you know this? Just by pulse? And observe. So I just kept on completely surrendered, like Suyogi and like Moksha and so many others who learned just by observing pulse hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And they've become so good. I mean, today, Moksha was talking to me about one man who had a kind of a tongue paralyzed and was not able to speak like this. And she spoke, she said he doesn't have low circulation, but he has in the head, I think, some infection and some inflammation. And she described the pulse of this guy, and it was amazing to hear the depth of the knowledge of Moksha. And the clients that met me, some of them were already seeing Suyogi. So they were all coming and they were so happy, you know. I always thought, why did they come to see me? But anyways, I was happy to see them. But they were in such a good hand for years and years. So I was proud of Suyogi, Moksha, Puja, way in which they've taken care of all the German clients in their practice for last 20 years and I think 15 years. I don't know how many. You have more than 20 years 23, now. Yeah. 23 years. So that is, and we all learn from Pankaj by observing, 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 observing. And then slowly, you know, with the guidance and inspiration of our teacher who said that knowledge has to be shared constantly. Mm-hmm. I found really a way to teach it in a more systematic way, more in a way that is easy to learn, you know. And then we created all the structure of learning that all the path students come and they are learning, and suddenly they find, oh, I could learn now. I could realize how to find migraine, how to find emotional block, how to find blockages in the heart. And staying just next to me in the clinic, they were learning this. So all of this is coming from our teacher and Dr. Naram's grace in our life, and I'm so happy about it. Today, particularly, I want to actually share a very interesting story, which probably will create some breakthrough in your life and our life together. So we started actually from Italy. Bologna was the first city where me and Dr. Naram started working. And when we came to Bologna all the time, 2 or 3 times a year, and we started working with Dr. Lisiani, the medical doctor, Dr. Nello. We called him Nello actually. So once I went in the jungle with some botanists to look at the herbs, because there were so many Indian plants in jungle. And we were walking, and I came back to the clinic where Pankaj was working with Dr. Nello. He said, you have to meet this patient today. You have to meet this patient today. And I said, oh, yes, I'm very interested in meeting the patient and checking the pulse. And before I realized what's going on, he opens the bag and takes out a python and puts on my neck. He loved all the animals, and this is how we learn to treat the animals also. So I don't know. You should see my picture with the python and Pankaj next to me, who is like smiling so happily, and I'm like completely freaking out. Python, is he docile? What is it? And then I'm thinking, but I have to surrender myself to my guru, like he is my guru as well, and I'm his beloved wife, so I'm sure he doesn't want me to die. So, and I'm very, very afraid, very, very afraid. This was the lesson that Pankaj taught, and I will never, ever forget in my life about being. If you have love in your heart, you give love to others, and you create love in them. So, so he tells me, oh, you must love your patient. You must love your patient. And I'm thinking, how do I love this python? I'm afraid. And looking at my fear, python is going afraid. Okay, so he's also like, he's like weird way he's behaving, as if he's really insecure. So, and then Pankaj says, love him, love him. So in my heart, I'm saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. Slowly, my fear, converted into love for the python, because just by saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then python realized that, she loves me. So he just calmed down, literally. And it started moving in a very soft, gentle way. Yeah. Yeah, I will share this picture with you with python on my neck, but it was so interesting. And then he says, okay, check the pulse on the tail of the python. Okay, so I'm checking the pulse. He says, put the hand here, and with the 3 fingers like this on the tail, I'm checking the pulse, and I realize that python has huge amount of ama and pitta as well, both combined together. And I said that, okay, so he doesn't have any appetite. And the owner of the python said, yes, he doesn't eat for a long time, and he's always angry. First time I saw him quiet on your body like he is now, and I knew why, because in my heart, I created a love. So this is the lesson. When you become a healer, forget about healer, anything you want to do in your life, what you have in your heart, that's what you receive. And this is beyond the technique of pulse reading, beyond anything. And Pankaj, I think, was the master of being. He created a magic of faith and hope in just a quick zest of a moment, before you even realize how he did it. It was such a great thing. And he taught me this lesson that every time you work in the clinic, you must have this hope and the love in your heart that really is creating that love and hope in other person's heart. And then, of course, we gave the live tone and ampachak to the python, and he literally became much better. Next time when I went, they said it was much better. So this was a very interesting story. And that's where we met, actually, Alexander Linder, who invited us to Augsburg and Munich. And we worked with Dr. Roswitha, Dr. Thomas Roche, who right now are not in contact, in contact with me, but they are having the family, and Dr. Thomas already retired. He was a very old person that time. So it was a very interesting. So from there, one more incident I want to quickly share. If we have time, Dr. Clint, do we have time, or I just stop?
Oh, for you, yes, we have time. You
I'm
share,
super
please.
excited always when it comes to Pankaj and clinic, So in Germany, we met a man who was 6 feet 3 inches tall. Okay, very, very tall, and his weight was 250 kilo. Okay, 250 kilo, age 52. And he tried everything. Okay, he does naturopathic fasting, he does all of these things. His weight goes down, and in a just few weeks, it just to put it back on double, with a double speed. So he doesn't know what to do. He's depressed. He's living on a family income because he can't function anymore. So family says, okay, we take care of you, because he's huge and can't move with this weight. And depression and sadness and no sleep is all surrounded to him. So Pankaj takes his pulse and he says, you have excessive vata, and this is a vata-induced obesity. Now, any Ayurvedic doctor will always say obesity means kapha, right? This is the beauty of pulse reading. When you take the pulse, you precisely understand what's the reason behind it. So I checked the pulse, and it was, he had an extreme vata going up in the head, and that vata completely shaken up his nervous system. And out of this sadness, which there was a trauma as a child 30 years ago, from there, he started feeding his sadness with the food all the time. And that's how he just grew and grew and grew and completely spoiled the metabolism and liver. So Pankaj said that you have to come to India and make panchakarma, because with the enema, all the vata, like a puncture in the balloon, the enema goes inside and it will pierce your vata out of your body completely. So this man says, how can I believe you? I've done so many things in my life. How can I believe you? So Pankaj has given, and which everybody, I always tell everyone to do that, 7 days of mung bean fasting. Okay. He says that you do one thing, you do 7 days mung bean and vegetable fasting every month. Okay. And we do some 2-3 herbs to reduce vata. Along with that, he gave some home remedy. The German man says, I can't find cumin, and this at that time was impossible really to find Indian spices. Now you still can. So he said, forget about it. I don't want to do this. Cumin and coriander and fennel powder and ajwain. What is this ajwain? I can't even talk this name. So he said, I don't do this. You give me herbs ready-made, and I do the mung bean fasting. Alexander was great support. He taught how to make it. So he could manage to make this one. And then he lost, in 7 days, he lost like 3 or 4 kilos. He was very shocked. He says, this is impossible, because I tried all kinds of therapy, everything. And the beauty was when he started normal food, of course, no gluten, no dairy, and no red meat, of course, and certain foods which we told him not to take. He did that. He didn't put it back on. So that was a different experience for him for the first time in his life. Finally, he decided he wants to come to India and, do panchakarma. Okay, we did panchakarma. First time in my life, I did 30 enemas to somebody. Normally, we do 16. We did 30. And you will not believe me, one enema, he loses 1 kg weight. That's how his vata literally came out. It was passing gas like anything. He says, in my whole life, I have never farted so much after taking enema. But I said, because you're piercing out like a balloon, all the air. But he was happy with the results. So he says, okay, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm in your clinic, so it's fine. So then one day he
Suyogi,
went to Nepal.
You're just real quick. You're making Dr. Sajik cry from laughing so hard. I just wanted to show that. It was so fun.
So finally, now this is very important, the last part of the story, because this comes from our main master, Vaidya Jivaka. Very important, okay? So what happened that, I will never forget this whole incident in my life. He became normal in 2 years, and that he doesn't take any herbs, nothing, and he's really okay. He's still in contact with us, but he's okay. So he came back from Nepal, and then he says, you know what? I don't know why, but I'm getting this headache here, and any treatment I take, any painkiller I take, nothing is working, nothing is working. Now, in the meantime, what happened, this just going a little bit flashback. We, in 88 or 87, I think, our main master gave us handwritten scriptures, which was in the Ardha Magdi language, the language which was written at that time by Vaidya Jivaka. So at the time of Buddha, and then we have 5 other languages, Pali and Sanskrit, Tibetan, all this we received later on in different batches. So somehow we found somebody who can help us translate. And luckily, okay, there was a pulse described which was exactly like this man, and in the pulse, there was a description of creamy worms in the head region creating headache, and what will be the pulse of that person and how to handle that. So he comes and he shows the pulse, and Pankaj checks and he says, I feel 3-level vata going up, severe worm in the pulse, which means there must be headache from the worms. So we both discussed together. I also checked the pulse because this kind of pulse we never saw in our life. Okay, so Pankaj says, you also check, I also check. We both checked together and we discussed privately, and we said, this looks like the exactly same pulse which is described in this scripture. So let us try giving nasya for removing worms from the head. Okay, so we gave a nasya with garlic juice, little bit of a black pepper, because garlic is anti-worm, antibacterial. Even it removes the bacteria when you have sinus infection or something. So garlic juice with little bit of black pepper and ajwain decoction is also antibacterial. So we made this, and then we gave the nasya in both the nostrils, like I think 10-15 drops or something. And suddenly he sneezed. You will not believe me. He sneezed 100, almost 100. Okay, Krishna is calling me for some reason, but one moment. Give me a second.
This is a big cliffhanger.
He's 100 small hookworms. 100.
Wow.
I was like, and he was shocked. He was shocked. We told him that we believe that you have worms in your head, according to our teacher's scripture, what is written there. This man was shocked. And we did like 3 or 4 nasyas. I think probably he had this hookworm through some nail or something. It went and probably settled in the sinuses and created a colony or something there. I don't know what happened. I've never seen in my life. But this was one amazing experience which made me feel that the pulse reading is a super powerful tool. And I only had to say thank you to all my teachers, including Dr. Naram, Vaidya Jivak, Amoga Patra, who was also guru of Dr. Naram. I have never spoken about that in our talks, and Baba Ramdas. So, dear Clint, you have done a special service on this planet by bringing this book out and introducing people to this Siddha Veda lineage, which is far superior than any Ayurvedic tradition, I would say, very deep. And all the practitioners who are practicing this across the world, I'm so proud of them. They are serving humanity in such a profound, deep way. I've seen this too, and the Puja already left. I think she was busy. But I've seen Moksha and Suyogi's clients and their results. Wow, amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
So thank you for doing this great book. Thank you, Dr. Clint. I
so
want to
beautiful.
say that everybody, please,
Yeah.
I can do endless stories in this clinic. We had Parkinson's, we had Yatri whose insulin need went down from 60 units per day to 8 units this time. My God, I had tears in my heart. This little girl whose picture is in this book.
Yeah, it's right in here.
Her sugar levels as well. I mean, she is the example. She is the example. She's my daughter.
Yeah, here's Yatri right here. So beautiful.
Yes, exactly. So thank you very much for doing this great work, Dr. Clint.
You know, I had the joy not only of listening to your amazing story, but watching the faces of everyone listening as well. And as you're acknowledging the different people learning this, there's some people who are in the Path Practitioner program that are in Germany. And I just want to acknowledge Arati for being on this call. I don't know if Sissy, if you have your camera on, but it's fun to have you here. Ilka also here. So fun to have you on this call. And there's a couple others.
Oh, my dear, Ilke is doing such brilliant work. She organizes Dr. Hemang's clinic. My God, so beautiful to see everybody here. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a couple others that are not on camera or not on the call right now, but I just wanted to acknowledge them. And then also it's so fun to see some other people that were on the call before the book was even published. And one of them was Artie. Another one was Annabelle, who just actually was a part of the driving force before the book was even published in English, and just with so much love sharing it. So I'm so happy that you're here, as well as all the others. Now
I want
there's
to thank everybody who contributed in this
Yeah.
wonderful, life transforming book to come in the world. Thank you so much from my heart.
One of
Thank you.
Yeah,
Really.
thank you. And one of the people that helped to translate the book, the kids' book, into German was Miriam, and she's also on this call right now. So
Oh, lovely. Thank you
to be
so
here.
much. Nice seeing you, Miriam. Wow.
Yeah, in addition to Cornelia and to Rolf, I just want to make sure I get all their pictures up here. And just thank you each for just all the powerful contribution you've made in so many ways. And then just because Eleanor, we're gonna have you share in just a moment after Moksha shares. But
I forgot to give acknowledge Eleanor. I want to tell that her practice is remarkable as well. I mean, everybody who practices this Siddhaveda lineage, absolutely remarkable. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you.
And then because Michael, Eleanor's son, he was also such a big part of helping organize the clinics in Munich. I just want to say thank you for being here. And then we also have another very special guest who came to Germany many times with us that's going to share in just a moment too. Giovanni, Dr. Giovanni Bricciavalli.
Hello, Giovanni.
Hello,
Hello.
very happy to see all of you. Oh my God, I'm missing also to be with you. Yes, with you, Dr. Smita. We have been recently in India. I've been very happy. Yes, and in Germany, yes, many times. It was one of the best moments, to come with Dr. Naram in Berlin and in Germany. And yes, as you mentioned, so Italy has been the first place and then Germany, but then
Italy was the first place and then Germany. So
That's to make sure that's clear.
But Dr. Naram was very impressed by the organization, by the love, of the German students. That when he was coming to Italy, he was always, not always, but some complaining because we was not at the same level of organization in Italy. Sometimes many little incident was coming, no people in time, something. Yes. Anyway. So
it was fun to travel with Dr. Ram to different countries because we go to Italy and he would always have to check the bathrooms to make sure there was toilet paper. And he would tell me, Clint, you're going to have to go get the toilet paper. But when we go to Germany, Dr. Ram's like, get ready to enjoy. We're going to have breaks on time. There's going to be snacks that are delicious and healthy. We're going to get out in time to maybe even go see a movie. So we'd often go to see the movies in Berlin. It was really, really beautiful.
Yes. And he was saying that in Italy, the only things predictable, that we are unpredictable. So that anyway, yes. And then, very good very good memories. And I learn also very important differentiation also, that we know that we have a different I would say German people, Italian people, the other people, they have different structure, different mental structure. And so I learned while Dr. Naram was doing the Marma, that also we have to press different points. When, if we are doing the Marma to Latino, to Italian person, we have to press certain points. So the point number 3, the point number 7 could be, but if there is German people, we have to press the point number 5. So we have a different way of seeing the life, approaching the life. And so it's very interesting that also these ancient secrets, they know they can help in a very specific way, the way that we are, in the way that we are, and the way that we are, we want to evolve. So very interesting. That was one of the things that I keep in my heart while I was doing the Marma. And also Dr. Naram was so very happy with the people the people in Germany, that they are very committed. So they say that when they say a word, they continue. If they the commitment, the continue, and then was very happy in showing the big results that he was having in Germany, thanks to the inspiration of, obviously, of all the fantastic healer that we have just seen, but also for the commitment of all the German people. So this is very good.
I love that you mentioned that, Giovanni. You know, there's so many of the magical moments we captured on film of Dr. Naram in Germany. And so I just put in the chat one of the most beautiful moments in which Dr. Naram taught specific marmas and ancient secrets for energy, for stamina, and also for sound sleep. And yeah, I just will second, you know, he was so happy because whenever in Germany, people actually, ancient secrets, it's not a quick fix. It takes time, discipline, effort, and he saw Germans do it. If they commit, then they do it. And so the results come. And when the results come, there's so much to celebrate. So in a moment after we hear from Moksha and from Eleanor, and let's see if anyone else is wanting to share, we have a never before released video of Dr. Naram in which he shares some specific secret regarding how whatever is the challenge, whatever is the obstacle or problem in your life, you can see seeds of equal or greater benefit in the world today, in which so many challenges and problems are there. What are these ancient secrets? So first of all, Giovanni, thank you so much for being here. Dr. Smita, I also, since you're on the call, I want to make sure everyone knows about your wonderful book, and I put it in the chat as you were speaking, but your wonderful book, Your Health is in Your Hands. And I just want to acknowledge that it's here. We put the link, and what a powerful contribution as well of making sure people know that healing isn't something a healer does to you, it's something you choose. And how powerful to have the ancient secrets where you can choose vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of hand. It's in your hands. It's your choice. So thank you so much, Dr. Smita and Suyogi, for sharing. Moksha, I want to go to you first, and then we'll go to Eleanor, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, you know, it just gave me goosebumps when I heard Smita and these many wonderful stories, because it proves again that there's no limit to the energy of this lineage. Huh? I mean, I have to admit, with crocodiles, tigers, snakes, I'm not into that topic yet. I started with guinea pigs, dogs, and something like that.
Oh,
A bit
wow.
smoother. But anyway, no, but this is, I think we really have to remind ourselves in between what that means to be part of a living lineage. I mean, it's not only that there's the power which was growing over 2,500 years, starting with Master Jivaka, it's really until now working without any interruption. And that means it's something so special, so beautiful. And as Dr. Smita said, it's very rare to have such a lineage and such a tradition without interruption. So it's such a power to be in this lineage, and such an honor and something so precious to be in this lineage. And now that also our beloved Dr. Naram left his body, still we have this chance to be part of this living lineage through Dr. Smita and now through Krishna. Even the next generation is safe already and inspiring with new new ideas, new pictures of everything, like this wonderful example with the pulse. I mean, there's so many beautiful innovations and really also this courage to try new things out. And it is so beautiful. I think this is this part of true understanding and this courage of, you know, giving more, trying more. This I can also see now in Krishna, and that makes me extremely happy. And I really have the feeling, okay, wow, this lineage will go on with so much power. And it gives us a lot of joy also to go deep into this and contribute. So this book is so, so important to spread that power of the lineage. And we are very happy about that. And, you know, my favorite thing, which I learned from Dr. Naram, was always that he said, before you give love, you have to understand the other person. So this was like the true connection to the heart of the other. And this is what I could always observe, what I also could observe with Smita and Suyogi. They first understood in the fraction of a second, taking the pulse, seeing the person, what the other person needs, and then give the love. And this was like giving this magical moment of hope and yes, I can do it. And this is so beautiful. And to be a part of that, I think we really have to remind ourselves in between, not to take it for granted, really to see what beauty we have got here, and that everybody should think how he can contribute every day to that. I think it's so, so beautiful. And I love that. And I want to say thank you that I can be a part of that and to go on learning, and to learn from all of you. And so, so happy about that. And to understand first before you give love. I think this is the
This is a
key.
great
The
message.
key.
Fantastic, fantastic.
I love that. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to find where it's written in German. So in the book is that powerful quote. In the English version, it's on page 72, where Dr. Naram says, in the last 6,000 years of human history, the greatest need people have is not love, but understanding. And I think this is it, but I don't know. I'm afraid to read it in German. Anyway, we'll see if maybe Cornelia, you can help me find that quote in German so it could be such a powerful insight. Thank you, Moksha, for sharing, and thank you for being such an important part. One thing that I often say to people is you're as important a part of the lineage as anyone, as Dr. Naram or Baba Ram Dass or anyone, because you're living it. And so Moksha, I would just want to reflect that back to you, that you are the living lineage. You're as much a part of it, as important a part of it as anyone. And so thank you so much. And thank you for giving credit to your teachers in such a beautiful way. I love that. And I am so grateful to have you share in this space. So beautiful. Before we move from Berlin, I don't know if Manibai, I know he wasn't expecting, I don't know if he can be on camera. I don't know if he's in the same room, but it just wouldn't be the same to launch this book without seeing his amazing energy. His story is such a miracle. Mani, can you share? Let's see if we can get your camera here going. Okay, there we go. There we are. Yes. Just this weekend, I was with Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and we were talking, and a woman came and said, is there any secrets that Dr. Naram has for MS? For multiple sclerosis. And I sent your video, the powerful, amazing story. And I said, it's not only the ancient secrets, but also prayer and belief in connection with spirit and trusting your spiritual advisors. And so it was so beautiful to share that just in this space and to see you here. It makes me so happy. Anything you want to share as this book launches from your heart? Oh, let's see. You don't have for some reason, the audio isn't hooked up to your video. So I'm not sure, you may have to walk into the other camera because we can't hear you. Yeah, let's see here. I'll unmute you. Oh, there we go.
You should be able to hear me now, right?
There we go. Now we can hear you. Yeah.
It's not on my computer, but on the other computer. I don't want to avoid noise disturbances. That's why I'm going to audio. So I just wanted to share my gratitude because what you have described in the book is the mystery or miracle which was possible in my life because of Dr. Naram and Smita Naram and Suyogi, just to name three of them, and Swamiji in the background as a spiritual person who has blessed me.
Yes.
So it is now 10 years ago that I have been detected with multiple sclerosis, and by now I should be a vegetable. I mean, I should not, but I could be. Actually, and I know people who have been detected around the same time, and they're in a horrible state nowadays. And because of the blessing of Swamiji, and because of the hard work of Pankaj Naram, Smita Naram, and Suyogi, today I don't experience any problems. I'm really 100% fine. And it's, what else can I say other than gratitude about this? It's really the recording which you took where I was speaking is now 5 years ago, roughly, I would say. The last 5 years, it only got better, never any problem. I went 5 times now to Panchkarma. Smita Naram has it made possible for us. Daily Suyogi is observing me and making sure that I have the right treatment. So I can only say in my life, it was a real wonderful experience that this has been possible, and I'm really grateful for that. And my recommendation to other patients, if they're facing this, would be if the doctors are suggesting something, you really have to follow. I have changed my life quite a lot. I'm eating vegan and gluten-free diet only. I went 5 times to India for the Panchkarma. I'm taking every day so many herbs. It's really amazing. But the result is more than amazing, you know. So because I know that people are not really ready to make a change, they rather accept that may something bad happen to me, but I don't want to give up my food habits and all this stuff. And after 10 years, you see the results. So I can only recommend this to everybody to not be careless, but to follow the advices of the doctors. And it's really very helpful. In my case, I can only be grateful for that. Thank you, Smita Naram. Thank you, Suyogi, and thank you, Pankaj Naram.
So beautiful. So beautiful seeing the space, the beautiful home where we used to eat so many meals, and then also Haridam, thinking about Namrata and Nirdosh, so many of the magical people that we met in those spaces that filled our hearts, including wonderful the kids. You know, in fact, there's some beautiful pictures of Dr. Ram with Hari or with all the kids and just sharing such beautiful, magical moments. And so thank you, Mani Bai. I'm going to put the link to the video where you spoke at the German university so everyone can watch that and be so inspired by that. So thank you so much for sharing. And also the important thing, it doesn't work unless you do. You know, you have to actually follow the advice. It's not like a magic trick where you get hit by a wand and you're better. You get a path, a blueprint. And you follow that blueprint, and as you follow those ancient secrets, all of life becomes better. And so thank you so much, Manibai, for sharing and for being such
I just would like to add something inspirational, because look, when we tell patients that they should go gluten-free and they should change their life, there's always resistance. But what he did is he really does everything with total joy and with total happiness.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feel that something was taken away. He always feels something was added to my life.
Yeah.
And this is so wonderful. And I think he is by far the best patient who is following 100% all the advices. And he got more than 100% results.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. I'm looking for the video right now. I'll share it in the chat soon. And I think that's the powerful thing about why we loved coming to Germany, why Dr. Ram loved coming, because people did it. They changed the diet. They used the herbs. They followed with that, you know, that conviction discipline. They did the experiment of saying, okay, I don't know, but I'm going to do this experiment and see. And Manibai, thank you for being such a powerful example of not only that, but also your work that now you can do in the world, you know, which you're changing lives all over the world through your consulting business and through all the beautiful things that you do for the community there. So I just want to say I love you and I'm with you. And I'm so glad that you followed so you could still be on this planet, so you can still celebrate and enjoy your presence and your gifts. So I love you and I'm with you.
Okay, me too.
All right, now we're going to go to a different area of Germany. And thank you so much, everyone, for being on this call. I know some people had to leave just because of timing. We have a really special surprise gift towards the end if you can stay. Otherwise, you can watch the recording. We're going to go to Munich. And Eleanor, I just want to make sure you have a chance to share anything in your heart, any special memories, you know. Oh, sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button. Let's see if I can spotlight you. Oh, I was clicking the computer. Okay, here we go. So Eleanor, I'm so happy that you're here. You know, this is book 1, and book 1 has a bunch of beautiful stories in it, but book 2 actually brings us to Germany. And some of the most powerful stories in there that actually make me cry have to do with some things that we saw in your clinic and with you and your family. So big love to you, to Peter, to Michael, and any story or inspiration you want to share as we're on this call and celebrating the launch of this book into the world.
Yes, in the 20 years I was with Dr. Naram, I saw many, many miracles happening with healing and changing in people's lives. But there was also another side I observed, and I was happy to moved with Dr. Naram several times to Nepal, and maybe you know he had a deep desire to save and collect the ancient scriptures. And so some of the Tibetan monasteries had many of these scriptures, and they wanted to give it to Dr. Naram to save it and to maybe translate it and to use it for healing. And so one day we collected
I just put
a small
the
group.
picture of some of those is here. I just want to acknowledge.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This, and one day we were a small group, and each of us had scriptures and rolls, and in the suitcase to bring it from Kathmandu to Mumbai. And of course, it was not allowed to do this, but there was no other way to bring it out. And so we were a small group. In each suitcase, there were something special from these scriptures. And I had in my suitcase, I had this kind of big horn of made of silver, which is used in Tibet for some reasons, and in the temples. And it was a very old one. It was like 75 centimeter, big one. And so we came to the at the airport to the radiation machine, and the officer saw this trumpet in my suitcase, and he said, "Go out, I want to see it." And I looked at Dr. Naram, and he seems very relaxed. And so the officer opened it, and he was shocked because the suitcase was empty. There was nothing in it. And he said, "Close it." And he didn't check the whole group because he was in such a shock. And so we could bring all these ancient things back to Mumbai. And I got the message: everything is possible if you really want it. And I don't know how Dr. Naram did it. It's not important, but I saw the result, and it gives such a message: don't give up, and really everything is possible. Maybe not at the moment, but one day. Stay with it. This is my message of my beloved teacher, mentor, and friend, Dr. Naram. And he's every day with me. He's on my altar. And sometimes if I need something, advice or something, so I can ask him. Even if he is out of body, he is still around us. Namaste.
Oh, Eleanor, so beautiful. I saw all the clapping happen all over the world as you shared that powerful story. Thank you so much, Eleanor, for sharing. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful. I want to go now. I just want to hear from Cornelia for a little bit about her role. But right before that, Rolf, I just want to come to you. As you're listening to these stories and as you're thinking about this day and what it marks and the celebration of it, any things from your heart or any feedback you want to share, just real in brief, like 1-2 minutes, but anything that's happening inside of you as this is happening right now, as this celebration is happening.
Everything that happened here is so absolutely beyond incredible and amazing. and just witnessing what is happening, all those incredible miracles taking place, and even more to this, it's like what's happening from now on, that those secrets are even more shared and spread through this incredible device of book for eternity. So even when we leave our bodies, this book, this knowledge still remains until infinity. And this is what like really stand out to me, that this knowledge will never be lost ever. Never ever. It's like this is so much more than what was shared, like carrying on this lineage, making sure it goes on. It's like with this device being put into place, it never will die.
Yeah, I've thought about that many times too. Like how powerful that it's in so many languages. Me and Giovanni just got back from Turkey, where I just heard today from a sin, it's on its 4th printing in Turkey. And then right after that, we were in Japan. And it was so beautiful to see that the #1 published author in Japan, Kohoso, says next time we come, there could be anywhere from 400 to 1,500 people there. And to see the community get together and even create things like Ancient Secrets Cookbook, which now is almost in German as well, because Cornelia is a part of this whole thing where people can learn. What if healing can be delicious? What if some of these concepts are throughout all time? Like, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you. Love will teach you. What if people can know that healing is in your hands, that healing can be delicious, that if you change your food, you can change your future, not just the food you feed here, but the food you feed yourself here, those thoughts. And so the video that we have to share from Dr. Naram talks about that, about how he says we have conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. Ralph, I love your heart and your acknowledgement that now this is planted throughout all eternity. And I think it was in all eternity, how we can, in our experience of this life, because none of us know how many days we have on this planet. We don't know. I mean, that's the really honest truth. And one of the gifts also that Dr. Naram gave us was a recognition that we don't know how much time we have. And so why not choose to live healthy with vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind? And so beyond the book, we also have some opportunities. I put the link where if you want to apply for the 3-year Path Practitioner program, you can. But even before that, you may just want to go a little bit deeper. We created something called Ancient Secrets 101. And so for those on this call, we have a discount code. If you're interested in that, it was put together by, again, some beautiful people in the community, Carol and also Cornelia. And so Cornelia, I want to bring you on right now, just to acknowledge you and the amazing contribution you've made in every aspect of helping move these ancient secrets into the world. Rolf, I just want you to hear from Cornelia. Cornelia, when you first read his translation in German, can you share your response? What happened, or your reaction as you're reading in German, in your native language?
Yeah, I guess I have to go back a little bit because in order to understand that, I had already done the editing and proofreading of the English version. So I was really familiar with the English version. And when I read the translation, it was really, I knew I was supposed to be the proofreader. And then I would kind of catch myself like 20 pages later and realizing that I didn't even read anything for mistakes or grammar or anything, because I was so drawn into the story. And it was really the atmosphere of the English book was there in the German book. And that was really something that, again, I need to go back. My profession is actually, I'm a translator. But for whatever reason, I knew that I wasn't a person to translate the book. And I don't know why, but it was really, for me, it's not my job. And then, of course, Ralph, it was definitely you were told to do that. And reading then the book and feeling that same atmosphere, it was such a delight for me that it had been captured and really in the German version, because that is really what I wanted for that book. And so thank you, Ralph, for really doing this big work. And of course, we did the proofreading, and I also want to call out Isabella. She's also here on the call. We were actually doing the proofreading at the very end, and it was really a pleasure. Yeah, hi, Isabella. And the same happened to her. Isn't it, Isabella? Okay.
Yeah, this is Isabella. Go ahead. I unmuted you, Isabella, so you can speak.
Yeah, when we did the proofreading, it was the same thing. I was so in that story that I thought, oh, now I need to go back and really look for mistakes. And it was very powerful and healing experience. And it's a powerful book. And what I really loved when you, Dr. Clint, were speaking in that book, I heard it with your voice. When Dr. Naram spoke, I heard it in his voice. So this book is so alive and so powerful. It's I know that's not an English word, but I invented it. It's goosebumpish. Yeah.
Goosebumpish. I like that.
I know it's not an English word, but there is no word in any language how to describe how powerful this is.
Well, even it's a miracle, Isabella. Oh, go, Ralph, you go first, and then I share another beautiful miracle moment.
Thank you absolutely infinitely for, I hadn't shared this prior in German. Now I'm going to share this in English. For some reason, I don't know, I was guided to go over this book over and over again in total 7 times. I translated it like literally 7 times. And when I was done with the 7th translation, I was sitting like exactly at this place I'm sitting right now. And it's like I'm really moved again. Is suddenly I started to smell herbs, and I have like 0 herbs in this place. And those were like foreign herbs, which aren't typical for German. And I smelled those herbs, and I could see like Dr. Naram's white cloth, his jacket he had always on when I saw him in Berlin. And I smelled the herbs on his clothes, and like I saw him like nodding, and there was like really some kind of energy lightning, and like him saying, being proud of this piece of magic, and like, this is finished now. You can stop. I'm really proud. And I was like, wow. It's like first smelling him and then just blew me completely away.
I kept that audio message that you shared on my phone because it touched my heart so much. The way in which you spoke about feeling it in your mind wrapped with a bow and like an electric lightning bolt coming from your hand to it. And Dr. Naram said, it's done, beautiful. And so thank you, Rolf, for having that connection with love and letting love guide you. Thank you, Cornelia. Yeah, and also Isabel, the miracle happened where Carol Ray, the one who created originally the cookbook and is also now working on Ancient Secrets for Pets, which is a fun next one. She was just going around trying to figure out, Cornelia said, I need to find one other person who can help. And through some miracle in Texas, of all places, she came to the same place where Isabella was. And then a beautiful connection happened between her and Cornelia. And Isabel, your contribution has been so valuable. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to say one other thing is we're about to play this video of Dr. Naram. So for everyone who's on this call, whether you speak German or English or whatever language, we all have a programming, you know, that Dr. Naram talks about how there's conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. When Rolf is talking, I'm like, wow, this guy is so connected with superconscious, you know, allowing that flow to go through. Cornelia, even working on her own book, which was about health, you know, years before the book was even published, just to know that the path of her life was drawn to this. And she offered to edit it for free. And I didn't know how to take her seriously, but Cornelia, how many times did you read the book before it was actually published? Editing, maybe like
I don't know, 10, 15 times, because I'm a translator and proofreader. And so therefore every time you read it for different reasons. And it happened the same. I got caught up in the story. And sometimes I found myself like 20, 30 pages further on and I read it a lot. And, but when Dr. Clint spoke at Jack Canfield's event about the book, there was something that called me, and I knew I had written a book about health and healing, but I felt this was the message that needed to go out, because there was so much emotion in it and there were stories behind it. It was just a different, mine is all about information, but this is really about transformation. And that was something that I had no idea what was coming. The book wasn't even really written at that time, but something called me, and here I am.
Yeah, and she's been showing up with love so much, as such a big part of not only Ancient Secrets 101, which you can sign up for if you want to go a little bit deeper, or the Path Practitioner Training, but in every way. And in fact, also with Miriam helping complete the book, the kids book, Ancient Secrets for Kids, in German as well, which is so fun. So now, Cornelia, if you can cue up the second video I sent you. We don't have a lot of time, but love never dies. From what Ralph said, from what Dr. Smita Krushna, Suyogi, all the beautiful people who shared today, love never dies. You know, it continues to live and continues to guide us. There is conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. In the world today, there's a lot of conflict happening. And also in our lives, I just want to see a raise of hands for whoever's on this call, who feels like they're going through some major transition in your life right now. I just want to see a raise of hands. So a lot of us are going through major transitions, sending you so much love. And in that space of the transitions, I want you to know that there is hope. And that even if it looks like, you know, sometimes one of the most priceless gifts I've heard is people who read this book and say they don't want to kill themselves anymore, but they want to live. You know, I call this a love story, because you fall more in love with yourself and you see so much is possible. But I know, because I've also been at that moment where I said, I didn't want to live. And I realized it's not that I didn't want to live, but something wanted to be let go of, something wanted to die, some belief about myself, some belief about the world, some belief that I had to be so serious, some belief I couldn't be more playful or more, all of me. I want to say all of you is welcome on this planet. And as you answer the questions at the end of each of the chapters, as you go to the bonus videos, which is a free gift, I also put links to a whole bunch of free resources. There's a WhatsApp chat where if you have a question, you can ask in that WhatsApp chat. There's videos that go along with each of the chapters. There's every Sunday, we have free global call where people come and share the miracles happening in their life. So lots of free resources. But in the midst of doing that, the most important thing is it points you back to yourself, in which you see that life is beautiful, you know, and that this is the most exciting time to be alive. Whatever are the conflicts happening on this planet, we send so much love. And most important is we want to find peace inside of ourselves, being willing to stand up and say, I belong, you know, I'm here. My soul is here for a reason. And if there's anyone listening to this call right now that doubts that, I want you to listen to these words of Dr. Naram, and I want you to let this go into you about what is possible if you allow yourself to surrender to love, to let love guide you, and use, if you feel guided to, use these ancient secrets as a tool. Cornelia, if you could share that video, I would love it.
So it's the second one, you said.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Now this is, believe it or not, this is a power of marma from last 10 years. This is the first time happening?
The first time, yeah.
Yes. So this is the power of Burma. You can achieve whatever you want on physical level, mental level, emotional level, such level, financial level, relationship level. You can program your brain. If you want to leave some habits, you can program. If you want to create something new, you can create something new. If he can do, anybody can do. Yes?
Yes.
So he is our hero. Who is our inspiration? Eric. So we clap for Eric.
Okay, did we lose Dr. Clint? Hmm.
All right, my power cut out again, but I'm back. Thank you for playing that. The context of it is a man who is paralyzed, Eric, who you saw for over 20 years, and not thinking he was ever going to walk again. There's a whole long video about it, but that I'm going to send, but just the inspiration to see that he could move his legs again. There's another clip, which Dr. Naram, we don't have time to play right now, but he says that he believes Eric will walk again one day. And I've had the honor and pleasure of going to Frankfurt this year, starting in February, and then again, and seeing Eric progress in a way that I've never seen before. Even Dr. Dagmar said that she's never seen anything like this in her entire life. And so as my special gift to Dr. Naram and love of Germany, I'm going to be in Frankfurt on October 25th with Rolf and with Cornelia. And we're going to celebrate this book launch and the life of Dr. Naram by inviting you to a Marma Shakti session and a place where we can sign books and celebrate in person with you. So if you can come to Bad Soden in Taunus, and let's see, if we're lucky, maybe even Eric will come, and then you may see something which is very amazing, which will change your life forever. We've gone a beautiful session here. I'm so grateful again for everyone for having shown up, whether you speak German or not. Leonore, thank you so much for being such a powerful force in the Ancient Secrets community, and Luke and Jane and Raven and Diane Marie and Diane Howe, everyone, Ilka. I just want to say from my heart to your heart, thank you so much. I'm going to give Suyogi, I'm going to turn it on you one more time for if Smita, Dr. Smita, or anyone there has anything final you want to share as we close this celebration.
Okay. One moment. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just want to congratulate. That's my final sharing to the whole team, Dr. Clint, everybody together. And my message is this, that in Germany, there are so many powerful practitioners who are extremely experienced in pulse reading. Marma, Eleanor is there, Suyogi is there, Moksha, Pooja. So Dr. Jonas is there, Ilke. All of these people are practicing and helping thousands and thousands of people every year. So if you suffer from anything or you want to become healthy, remain youthful always, just find them out and see them and check out what's imbalanced and how to balance it using natural Siddha Veda methods. That's it. And I just want to say I love you all. You are here. I'm so happy you joined today. I love you. And we are all with you. That's it. We are all with you. We are all with you.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you so much all for joining from Germany, around the world. If you're not in Germany, you may want a consultation. I put a link where lots of the trained doctors in India can also do a video call with you. And if you're in a different part of the world, you want to get on a waiting list, you say, I want some practitioners to come to me. I also put a link where you can sign up on the waiting list for that if you have a personal question and you want to use these ancient secrets to benefit you. And thank you, Smita. Thank you, Dr. Smita. Thank you, Suyogi, Pooja, Moksha. Thank you, everyone who shared today. I got a special request from Leonore where she says or I can't remember who it was. So Shifra says, what if we go into breakout rooms? So now some of you will have to leave, and we're going to, before you leave, we're going to say, I love you and I'm with you. I don't know how to say it in German. Can you tell me how to say Ich liebe dich? And then how do I say I'm with you?
Und ich bin bei dir.
Ich bin mit dir.
Okay, so let's say whatever language you speak, whether it's German, English, Italian, we're going to have a chance where you rub your hands together. We'll say that. And then for those that can stay, we'll go into breakout rooms. So just 1 second.
Ciao.
You can put your hands together.
Non vi impressionavo.
Unmute yourself.
Brahma.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Cornelia. I love you and I'm with you.
I
Love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you. Katie.
That is so beautiful. So beautiful. Before this call started, as we were sitting in silence and setting our intentions, I felt Dr. Naram so near. And I feel like he's definitely proud of everything that's happened on this call, proud of each of those who have shared, each of those who have shown up, whether you knew Dr. Naram or not. You know, love can guide you, and the connection to wisdom, wherever it may come from in your life, you know, even when in this book, it's not even necessarily about Dr. Naram, about me, about anyone, it's about you, about the choices you make can lead you to health, unlimited health, you know, I guess unlimited energy. Dr. Naram would say vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind. You can experience very deep happiness, unlimited abundance in a non-toxic way, and whatever it is that's in your heart. From conscious mind to subconscious to super conscious, so much is possible that as humans, we haven't yet explored that these masters knew. Now you have a chance to explore that. I would say this is a beautiful gift. You know, so many people that give this as a gift. Holidays are coming up or in whatever way. And if you want to change someone's life, you give them the gift of great questions and insights and stories and inspiration that can help them see themselves differently. My friend Tony Lister says, transformation is that we occur to ourselves differently. Starting as a Western skeptic with this Eastern master and these life's greatest secrets, I definitely occur to myself very differently now than I did when I first met Dr. Naram. And I was so arrogant, and I'm still learning, and I still make mistakes, but I'm so grateful for the wisdom. Dr. Naram says there's no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. So on this call, perhaps some inspiration came to you. Love taught you something. Love helped you occur to yourself differently, or you have a different perspective of things. And so as we go into the breakout rooms, I just invite you to share, what did love teach you on today's call? If you can't join the breakout rooms, no problem, you can leave right now, but there will be an opportunity if you just want to have a chance to share with other people, what did love teach you? And you'll be in a breakout room with about 4 or 5 other people, and you can each have a chance to share, and you can stay on for as long as you want to. For those in Facebook land, I invite you to reach out to someone that you love and just tell them you love them. Tell them what love taught you on today's call. I love you, I'm with you, and I'm so grateful to have joined with you today. So right now you can see in the breakout rooms, they should open up where you can see. You can go ahead and join. For those in Facebook or watching this recording, we love you, we're with you. All the links from everything we shared today is available to you. Hope to see you on Sunday's free community call. I love you, and I'm with you. And Cornelia,